Welcome to part 2 of making a diamond ring in Blender. If you haven't already seen part 1 where we did the modeling, go ahead and check it out. But now we're going to be doing some really nice materials here for the diamond and for the metal here. Adding in a nice background and doing some cool lighting. So yeah, if you haven't already seen part 1, check that out first and then get to this part where we make it look really gorgeous and we render it out as a final result, and we'll even do just a quick bit of compositing. But I think, yeah, this really looks awesome. And as always, I will be uploading the final blend file to my Patreon as well. All of that's in the description. So now that we're in part 2, let's do a little bit of lighting and materials. So lighting is going to be really straightforward with this. First of all, we probably want to go to our render properties and just enable cycles, obviously. As always, I mention it every time, but if you do have a GPU on your computer, I recommend you use it under your device. And under your render settings, if you have your max samples, you're set to something like ridiculous like this. I would set it down to something like 50 for now as we're working with this. Usually I rely on the denoising, but with this, I think we're gonna get a bit of a better result with a higher resolution. But as we're just testing things out, we'll keep it to a lower sample rate for now. So let's go to our world settings here for just the environmental lighting. And really, we're actually gonna make this just dark all the way, because we're really going to be relying on placing our area lights to get our nice reflections. So we're going to go Shift A. Let's go over to our light options, add in an area light. G, Z, move it up, and let's go to our light properties here, and let's just go to power and go to 120 over here. I feel like for this scale, it should work quite well. And if we go Z and we go rendered, we can see this is what we have. So I'm going to go Control B and just drag over the camera to limit the rendering to the camera. And let's just increase the size here to 3 meters, or maybe 2 meters, I think. And let's go Shift D to duplicate the light, R to rotate it and have it coming in from the side. And then we're going to go to our top view and go Shift D and have one coming from the back. And this one we're going to set to 220 on the power. And then we're going to go Shift D to duplicate that and have it coming off from the side here a little bit. Now if we go into camera view and go Z and go rendered, you're going to see we have some nice rim lighting happening here, and this looks really nice, but we still need to get it from the front. Let's go Shift D, have one coming from the front at about a 30-degree angle, and let's make that one 350. And now we can also make it maybe 4 meters as well. Now if we go Z and we go rendered, we have this. I'm still wondering whether I should bring this up or down. It's going to be hard to tell without the materials, but for now I'll probably just take it maybe down to 250. Okay, that's a little bit better. So once we add our materials, you're going to really see this pop, but for now, let's just go Shift A, add in a plane, RX90, and let's just go G, Y and move that back. And then in a camera view, we're just going to go S to scale it up, S, X and widen it a little bit. And we're going to go to our materials and go new. And let's just call BG for background. And let's go into our shading workspace. And in our camera view, we're going to press Z and go rendered. And we have this material here. Let's just go Shift A, search and get a gradient by typing in gradient. Let's plug the color into the base color here and let's change it to radial. And go Shift A, search and get a texture coordinate. So texture coordinate. Let's plug the object into the vector. And I think we need to actually change this to spherical. Yeah, that's better. Let's go Shift A, search and get a color ramp. Place it over here between the gradient and the principled. Let's change it to B-spline and then drag this value all the way in until we get something like this. And let's just also make it a little bit lighter on the value. Let's drag the white value down a bit. So now we have a nice background. And now let's grab our ring, the actual ring body. Let's go new on the material and call it metal. Or actually this is called silver. And then let's come here to the metallic and make it 1. Let's bring the roughness down to 0.05 actually. Yeah, that's better. And obviously it's reflecting all of this environment, which is black. But what we're going to do quickly, we're going to go Shift A, just add in another plane. G, Z, bring it down and then go S to scale it up, just so we have some light bouncing from the bottom here. And with this plane here, we're going to also maybe bring it down just a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. So bring it down to about here. Now you can see it's not looking as black at the bottom here, but we've got these beautiful reflections. So now it's a fun part. Oh yeah, we also want to grab this ring over here, this kind of like cup that the diamond's sitting in, and give that silver material as well. But now we're going to grab our diamond and go new. Let's just call it diamond. And we're going to come and add a few glass shaders here. So let's delete the principled. Shift A search, and let's get a glass, BSDF. And this is going to get a little bit complicated. I won't explain exactly why I'm doing all of this, but just try and follow along. So we're going to take this glass shader here. We're going to go Shift D to duplicate it, bring it down. And let's go to the color here. Let's go to RGB, and let's just bring everything down except the red, so it's completely red. Then let's go Shift D, bring it down. This time we're going to click on the color, and we're going to bring up the green and drag down the red. Shift D, bring another one down, and this time we're going to bring up the blue value and then bring down the green. So now we have the red, green, and blue. And we're going to go Shift A search and get an add shader. Let's plug these two, the red and the green, in together. Then let's duplicate the add shader and have the blue coming in at the bottom input, and have this one mixing into the top shader input here. And then let's plug this into the surface of the material output. And then we're going to go Shift A search and just get a mix and get a mix shader. And let's place the mix shader over here. Let's have the top glass coming in to the top socket, and this one here to the bottom socket. Then we want to go Shift A search and type in light and get a light path node. And let's rely on the camera here. So we're going to say is camera array and grab that top input and plug it in to the factor like so. And that's what's going to be mixing the mix shader. And then over here, we just want to do a few things with the IOR or refractive index here for these different glass things, for these different glass shaders. So let's start by going Shift A search and getting a math node by typing in math. The first one we're going to make subtract, and then go Shift D to duplicate it. And let's make the second one an add under the functions here. So we go to subtract and add. The subtract value is going to go into the IOR value of the red glass shader. And the add is going to go into the blue shader IOR over here. We're then going to go Shift A search and get a value. Plug it into the value, the top value of the subtract, and also the top value of the add. And let's give this a value of 2. Then let's go Shift D to duplicate this value node. Then plug it into the bottom here and also into the bottom of the add. And we're going to make this 0.04. And then let's just take this value with a value of 2 and plug it into the IOR of the green. Okay, so yeah, that's been a bit of a complicated arrangement of nodes. But what this is going to give us now, if we drag this down and we go Z and we go rendered, it's this beautiful kind of like fake refraction thing going on where we have these kind of scattered colors in the diamond, and it looks really good. So now all we have to do is grab these little diamonds here and just give them that same diamond material. So I'm just linking the materials here. So now they're all glistening as well. So this is looking absolutely amazing. So now I would recommend that you actually set the samples up to at least 900 and then render it without denoising. But because I'm doing a tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and just set it to 70 and leave my denoising on. But I recommend you guys give it a longer render. But because I'm doing a tutorial, I'll be doing it this way for now. But that's definitely not my recommendation. So let's go render and render the image. And now that we have this ring over here, let's just close this render window and let's go to our compositing. Use nodes up here, make sure to click it. Shift A search, and let's get a viewer. Plug the image into here, and then holding in Shift and your right button, you're just going to go and drag. And that just kind of puts these two cables together as they're just joined. And then from the image output here, we're going to go Shift A search and get a lens. Get a lens distortion, put it over here. And now let's just go 0.05 for the distortion. And for the dispersion, we're going to make 0.07. And let's enable the jitter as well. And then click on Fit. Now if you press V to go back, you can see this is what we have. So this is pretty much what that kind of compositing gives us here. If I turn off the lens distortion, you can see the difference. So there we have it. That is how to make a really nice looking ring in Blender. I'll be uploading this file to my Patreon, and thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support and the likes, and I'll see you next time for another tutorial.